everybody, welcome back to another video, the Teaonnpd and relationships. Hey family, hey everybody, to all of our new family members and subscribers, hey y'all, thank you all so much for joining us here on the channel. Of course, to my tribe and family at large, welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back again to see just what I have to say on the matter. Of course, y'all know on Thursday nights we do our Thursday night live streams. It's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are live right here on the channel. I want to see you here. Come on out. Of course, y'all know every time we drop a video on the channel, the goal of the day is 1.2K plus. Y'all know if I can get that plus, I want that plus, okay? Help this information spread throughout the algorithm. Y'all hit that like button one time. If you rocks with your girl, hit that like button, okay? So I want to jump into this topic. I want to get right to it. I want to talk about this trauma bond. I want to talk about the reason it's so difficult to break. You know, the reason that the trauma bond is so difficult to break. This is actually what keeps people in the cycle of abuse with the narcissist so long. You know, this is what actually keeps us in there so long, is that trauma bond. And what happens is basically in the trauma bond, like I said it in one of the live streams, and I introduced it as basically you can look at this as some sort of like spell, you know, you're under. For those of you that know about the supernatural, that understand the spiritual realm, you know, I don't really have to spell it out to you. You understand what a spell is. So, you know, when you see the cartoons, you know, and you see these little cartoon characters walking around like little zombies, you know how they do magic and stuff like that on the cartoons, and we've seen those cartoons where they, you know, or whatever shows or whatever, you know, you've seen it in the movies where people be, you know, they look like they're walking around in a spell. Well, this is kind of like what the trauma bond is. Actually, this is what it is. So basically what happens is, the reason that it becomes so difficult to break is, for one thing, in order to come under basically the subjection of the trauma bond and have it to really affect you the way that it does, is that you have to come into agreement basically with everything that is being done to you, okay? And when I say come into agreement with it, it means that you're accepting of the abuse, okay? You're accepting of the positive reinforcement, you know, intermittent reinforcement, you know, we become accepting of that. Then, you know, by staying, we become accepting of the devaluation, which is usually that is the thing right there that strengthens the trauma bond even more, okay? And so for those of you that read the word, you know, for you believers out there, okay, I want y'all to really hear me, because I'm about to drop some revelation on you, is that, you know, the Bible says that whatsoever a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, okay? So in that being said, basically what we start to do is believe what the narcissist is telling us about ourselves, okay? And in the trauma bond, you're trying to, and the reason it's so hard to break is that, one thing, pride comes into play. You know, when we're talking about the survivor, pride comes into play, because you feel like, I don't want to give up on this person. You know, I really don't want to give up. I mean, you know, I think that we could work this out, because what you're doing is you're referring. You keep going back. You keep constantly going back to the love bomb stage. You keep going back to that place where, you know, the narcissist was kind to you, or just 3 weeks ago they showed you another flicker of kindness. You see what I'm saying? So they are giving you that positive intermittent reinforcement, you know, which could otherwise be termed as breadcrumbs, you know, breadcrumbing you. So basically, as you continue in the cycle, you know, the cycles of the love bomb, because y'all know that I don't know if you know this or not, but a narcissist can actually love bomb you while you're still with them. You know, they can love bomb you, they devalue you, they discard you. They can do all of that while you're still, you know, technically in a relationship with them, okay? So you continue to go through the cycles of abuse, because in the back of your mind, you're trying to get them to see you and see you again the way they saw you in the beginning. When you don't understand that was a fake persona that you were dealing with in the love bomb stage, and that person may have liked you, but the person that the narcissist truly is does not like you. So the devaluation, what they do in the devaluation stage is how they truly feel about you. Because you got a person that, is basically a hater. You know what I'm saying? They just hate. I mean, they are the biggest haters. And I said it. I told y'all that. So these Chinese crested, I'm going to tell you, the way that they do it is that they will absolutely keep you wanting, that thing back. And that's why they breadcrumb you and give you that positive intermittent reinforcement, is because they know that when you're under the spell of that trauma bond, what's going to really strengthen that trauma bond is the devaluation. Because you keep trying to get them to see that you're not this person. They're calling you out of your name. Man, they are disrespecting you. They are cheating on you. They lying on you. They got a whole full-on smear campaign going with the clan of crows, the COC. I said it. Yes, they do. They are projecting onto you. Blame shifting the whole nine. You got the double bind and everything else. You're just sitting there like, why in the world? But see, your pride, because a lot of us had it. You know what I'm saying? Your pride doesn't want you to let go of it, because you just want so badly that person that was there before. I just want that person back. See, what happens is with that trauma bond, not only is it a spell, but it keeps you in a delusional state of mind. Because, and why do I say delusional? Because anytime you're under any type of trance, and I can equate this to medical anesthesia, okay? When you are waking up out of medical anesthesia, a lot of times it's not that you just wake straight up. That's why they put you in a recovery area, because, it's going to be a minute before you actually wake up to kind of, know what's happening around you. But a lot of times you're laying there sedated. You know what I'm saying? Still sedated, coming down off of the medication. Yeah, and there's nothing that you can do about that until it wears off. Well, the trauma bond is the same way. You are, and when you're laying there under that sedation, you can be somewhat, you may be coherent, but depending on the type of drugs that were used or whatever, you might be a little delusional, kind of like, where am I? What's happening? Just depending on what type of, But a trauma bond typically, because remember, I told you all, anytime you're dealing with the spirit realm and you're dealing with demonic entities, they have to change something about you. So the trauma bond keeps you kind of like in a state of delusion. You know what I'm saying? You're thinking that this narcissist is somebody that they're really not, and you're not really seeing it for what it truly is. Why? Because something has been changed about your perception and the way that you see this whole situation. That's why everyone around you could see the abuse, but you couldn't see it. You just could not see the abuse. You're just like, well, why do I not? Now, a lot of times too, it was because we were in denial. You didn't want to tell you didn't want to say anything. You didn't want to be embarrassed about, this bird that you had chosen, this hairless cat. I said it. These things, I'm telling you, they need to be governed by the EPA. I told y'all that. You were embarrassed. You didn't want people to know that. You're like, I don't want people to know that I chose a person like that. But that's another thing that keeps you under that delusion, and it keeps you in the delusion and keeps you in that whole trauma bond and the spell. But the thing that actually strengthens that trauma bond is that devaluation comes in hard, because the narcissist knows that you are going to continue to fight to get back to that place of, I guess you can call it the land of Oz, because it's certainly a fantasy. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing in the love bomb stage, future faking and fantasy. That's it. And so you're trying to get back to that place, and they know that you're never going to get back there, because that person, the narcissist, already knows that person no longer exists. So the trauma bond is hard to break, y'all, because you got to come out of the mindset of being everything that the narcissist has told you in that abuse that you were. You got to come out of that mindset, and you, in your own will and power, along with the help of the Most High God, you have to mentally break out of that headspace. Your will has to be stronger than their abuse. Your will and your faith in the Most High God has to be stronger than that abuse in order to come out of agreement with it. Because remember, you got to come out of agreement with everything that they have done to you. And see, until you can do that, and what do I mean when I say come out of agreement? You have to literally tell yourself, I am not this. I am not what the narcissist called me. I am not a bad mother. I am not a horrible wife. Or if you were married to one, you kings, I'm not a horrible husband. I am a good provider. You gotta tell yourself this to the point that you truly believe. Okay, that you truly believe what you're saying. You have to tell yourself that. And the more you feed yourself that positivity, come on, the more you tell yourself these positive affirmations, you start to see yourself begin to rise above your situation. And as you rise above, your eyes begin to open up and say, wow, this is not a relationship at all. This is a one-sided dictatorship. This is not healthy at all. This is abuse. As you begin to break out of that negative mindset and begin to defy the negativity around you with the narcissist, this is the only way that you're going to be able to break that trauma bond. Of course, some of you all have been traumatized. Even in childhood, therapy is a good way to help you break out too. But therapy has to be done along with this positive mindset that you have to adapt in order to come out of that bond, that spell that the narcissist has you under. This is why it's so hard to break it, is because the pride of, your pride sets in. Our pride, I got to put myself in it too. My pride set in. Our pride set in. We didn't want to let go. But we let go of what? You don't even have anything. This is a whole demon. It's a whole demon. That person we met earlier on doesn't exist. That person doesn't even exist. So this is the thing. This is what we have to understand. And this is why it's so hard to break it, is because your eyes have to become open to the fact that it is abuse, and your eyes have to become open to the fact that you are not what the narcissist has accused you of being. Your eyes have to become open to the fact of you denying everything negative that the narcissist is spewing into your life. You got to come out of agreement with all of that. And how do you do that? You come out of agreement by giving yourselves, getting up every day, stating positive affirmations. Those of you that are believers, reading your word, praying. You understand what I'm saying? Fasting. If those of you that are believers, and a lot of you here are, this is how you break it. But I wanted to address this because I need you to understand that the trauma bond is the thing that keeps us in this mess the longest. You see what I'm saying? Because you have to rise up to see what it truly is, and not just see it in carnality, but you need to see that thing spiritually as well. Okay, family? So y'all, please share this content with other people that you think may be able to use it. And I just want to say to you all also, have a wonderful day. For those of you all that are going out to your respective places of worship, happy Pentecost Sunday. All right, so I will see you all on the next video, and I will see you all healed at the top, family. Shalom. Peace.